can only be kinky for so much of your day, can't you? You know what I mean, don't you?
I'm still fancying multiple locks rather than tunnels, I have to say. Imagine if you'd got... What were you doing? What was he doing?
So that's the story of our Anderton boat lift disaster. It did leave a shot by what had happened. So this was our mooring last night, just Anderton boat lift. Just check it. Oh, that looks a bit loose. Oh, that'll hold it. Yeah, that'll sort it. Should we have a walk to the boat lift and see what's going on?
Oh, there's a boat here doing crepes and coffees. I think Stephen and Carla tried it yesterday.
When you stop then.
Ah, cheeky coffee. I might be having one on the way back. And look, you can get different shots of do ginger shots, and this is what Stephen was talking about yesterday. I might have to try one of those on the way back. Oh, sunshine, that's lovely. Oh, these boats are queuing here to go down the Anderton boat lift onto the River Weaver.
So this is the Anderton boat lift you can see behind us. An amazing piece of engineering. You can see there's two, I think we call them caissons, almost like bathtubs. As the boat come in now, you'll see one boat go into it, and then the hydraulics allow one to go lower than the other one, so as one comes up, one goes down. They're dropping the boats down from the Trent and Mersey Canal here down onto the River Weaver, which is below us. It's closed down for a period of time, and then thanks to a trust and some charitable organisations, they managed to open up again. When we went down, it was a fantastic experience, but the caissons, as they call these bathtubs, creak as you're going down, so it's quite a drop, but you'll see a boat coming through. Really interesting thing to do if you get up this way. And they do trip boats, so you can get in the trip boat and do a little trip on it and see how it is. So yeah, and then you can go down to the River Weaver, and we've done that as well. So today, unfortunately, we're not going to go down in it because we're going this way towards the Bridgewater Canal in Manchester. But yeah, let's have a bit of a deeper dive into the Anderton boat lift. Not literally, hopefully. So that's one boat in, and now you'll see the second one's just approaching now, and then they'll go down. So the boats are just moving into the first section of the boat lift. They go in here, the guillotine, you can see the slice thing comes down behind them, and that levels, and then they go into the bathtub, which is just slightly ahead of them, further through there. And then they'll go down onto the River Weaver, so it might disappear from view at the moment, but you'll see them dropping down onto the Weaver in a bit.
We're going to go and have a look at them coming out now.
So you can see the boats moving forwards now into the bathtub, or the caisson as they're called, and then they'll drop down onto the River Weaver, which you can see just there below us. See the two boats at the top moving in.
Yeah, they get them to move forwards together, don't they?
So now what's going to happen is you'll see the trip boat, which is in the bottom, and the two narrow boats, which are up the top. They're going to swap places. As one goes up, the other one's going to come down and pass it. So one gets lifted up to the Trent and Mersey, that being the trip boat, and the two narrow boats are going to get dropped down onto the River Weaver. Fantastic piece of engineering, isn't it? You can see the guillotine dropping now at the back of the trip boat, just to secure the water in there. Once that's all levelled, with the narrow boats at the top, then what goes up must come down. I don't know where the name caisson comes from.
You can see there's like a strut in the middle of it, isn't there?
Nearly down. You can see the two narrow boats in the right hand caisson there. So the two tubes you can see on the right hand side are full of hydraulic oil, and they push and pull basically. Originally, when it was first built, those tubes on the right were filled with water, and of course with all the salt and stuff around in this area that caused corrosion in the tubes. That was part of the problem and why it closed down. So there we go now, the guillotine's going up and the narrowboats will come out onto the River Weaver. There it is, water levels equalised. Up comes the guillotine and out come the boats. That's a clever piece of kit, isn't it? So, we have a story. In 2019, I don't know why I'm laughing, it's not funny. We came to do the Anderton Boat Lift with a friend of ours who was just recovering from being really poorly, blessed. And she was elderly and we brought her to do the Anderton Boat Lift, you can see behind us. We'd been down in the lift, not a problem. And then we'd been along the River Weaver, had some lunch, came back. And to take your passage back up there, you have to pre-book. So we pre-booked and they told us to go down onto the visitors moorings, which are just here. So we were on the visitors moorings minding our own business. I think we had about 15 minutes to go until our timed rise up the Anderton Boat Lift, and we saw the big trip boat you can see here. This trip boat was approaching the lift from the Weaver, the direction we'd also come in. It's a huge thing, probably had about 100 people on it. It was fully laden with passengers, and the skipper of the boat was in the front. He's positioned in the front of the boat. It's wheel operated, and he was coming towards us at some speed, which is I suppose the speed they normally use to get up the Weaver. We were looking at the back of him, at the front of this boat from the back of our boat, and he was just coming towards us all the time. And we were sort of here, and he was steering towards us. Rather than steering up the Weaver away from us to come to the boat lift, he carried on coming towards us, almost like he wasn't in control or he wasn't looking at what happened. We never found out what happened. However, he carried on coming at speed towards us. Fortunately, almost at the last minute, I said to everybody, we need to get off. We got off the boat quickly, jumped onto the pontoon, some of us, some didn't manage to get off in time, and the trip boat completely smashed into the back of our boat. It rocked us over onto our side almost, and I thought we were going to capsize, but we didn't. It managed to just rock us and we rocked back again. And it bounced off our boat. You couldn't see what was happening, didn't know what had happened to the skipper. The boat bounced off us, slid down our side, managed to right it, bring it back out again, and carried on towards the boat lift. Fortunately, Jack's friend Barbara got knocked over just as she was getting off the boat. She wasn't badly injured. But our boat was completely, the paintwork on port side of the boat was completely damaged. So we went in and we, cut a long story short, we made a complaint and we got it all sorted out. And it's operated by the Canal River Trust, and to be fair, they paid out for the damage that was caused to our boat. We never got to the bottom of what happened. We never found out. CRT just paid out. But we never know what happened. Did the skipper lose control? Was there a fault on the boat? We've no idea. However, we went back up in the lift and all's good. Story ends well. However, we were damaged. Unfortunately, nobody was badly injured, but it was a bit of a shock to us all. So that's the story of our Anderton Boat Lift disaster. It did leave us shocked by what had happened. We had to get quotes for the damage to our boat. So yeah, it shocked us for quite a while. We were only 40 foot. This wasn't on Border Reiver. It was the previous narrowboat we had, but it was a real shock, and it took us a long time to get over the shock of that, and then to get the boat painted we had to take it to a marina and book it in, and it stopped our journeys for a while and get it all sorted out. I'm sure the Anderton Boat Lift is a safe thing to go on. We've just seen it operating now. It's absolutely fine to do. What happened on that day, whether it's down, as we say, to a malfunction on the boat or a problem that the skipper had with his health or not, we don't know. However, we never got to the bottom of it, and that's the story of our Anderton Boat Lift near disaster. Painful experience, but there you go. Don't let it put you off coming on the trip boat because it's a nice experience, but not for the people who were on it on that day. Maybe one of our viewers, but on the trip boat that day, if you were, drop us a comment. Pretty horrendous day, but all's well that ends well.
What a great little tour around the boat lift. Really nice. A great exhibition here as well. Takes you all through the area, about the navigations, about the history of the boat lift. Look what I found. Not one, but two, but three, but four, but five, but 6 different kinds of magnums. I've had one of them, I've had one of them, I've not had one of them, I've had one of them, I've had a number of them, and I've not had that one yet, so maybe not. What do we think? Shall I or shan't I? There's our moorings. However, spot the schoolboy error. Solar panels aren't in the sun at all. In fact, the whole boat's in the shade. So it might be a quick coffee before we leave, and then we'll go. We're off.
We are off, yeah.
After our Anderton boat explore this morning. The sun's come out, really nice. We've just had some really helpful advice for the route into Liverpool from fellow boater Tony. Thank you, Tony, much appreciated.
Oh, yeah, onwards.
Yeah.
The tunnels, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. We'd like to thank everyone who bought us a coffee this week. Your support means a huge amount to us. For anyone who'd like to continue to support our channel, please follow the Buy Me a Coffee link in our video description, or use the on-screen QR code. Thank you. So that's the Anderton Boat Lift. That's where we've just been having a look around. So we've got two tunnels today. We're just coming along here now, and then we've got the Barnton Tunnel, which is a two-way tunnel, but you've got to go into it making certain there's nothing coming the other way. And then the Saltisford Tunnel, which is here, is a one-way system, and boats going northbound, which we are, can only enter the tunnel between on the hour and 20 past the hour. A boat's coming the other way, it's half past the hour to 10 to the hour. So that's our little challenge for the next half an hour, I think. Two tunnels, and then we're heading towards Preston Brook. So it's about a third of a mile distance between the two tunnels. Not far. So that's the first tunnel. Two boats. This is the second boat just coming out now. And there's another boat waiting here, so I think we're going to go in first. Once we've checked there's nothing coming. Right, so we've made it through the Barnton Tunnel, which was crooked, not great at all, because it's so bright outside. As soon as you go into the tunnel, it's just pitch black. That wasn't our favourite tunnel. Not that any tunnel's favourite, as you well know, but that we've got little coots and moorhens, babies all squeaking outside, if you wonder what the noise is. Yeah, didn't enjoy that at all. And apparently the next one, the Saltisford Tunnel, is absolutely crooked. So, yarg. Look, they're so cute. Look. Oh, they're lovely. I need to get some food out for them, don't I? So, if we thought the Barnton Tunnel was kinked, it was nothing on the second tunnel. What was that called? Saltisford Tunnel. Oh, that was literally, there was a Formula 1 chicane in the centre of it.
I don't think it was that bad, but it was certainly kinked.
Oh.
I think it's just us on tunnels, we just don't like them.
No.
And I don't know where it comes from, but probably from our time in France, but I don't know. We just don't get on with them at all, and we clipped the side of the boat on the first one of those. Yeah, we did. Which is always a horrendous sound. Those of you who've got boats will know, as your boat, the top of your boat meets the wall, you just hear that grinding noise where you know it's taking the paint off. Yeah. It's only a little bit, but unavoidable. The light change, going in from the light into the dark, takes your eyes just that few seconds, or 20-30 seconds to adjust, and it's at that point that we scraped, because we just couldn't. I just couldn't see it at all. No. But I was saying to Michael, it's I'd rather do 100 locks than do a tunnel, and I seriously mean that. You could throw any number of locks at me. Some people like them, but we're not struck on them. I don't know why. I think is it because we're overprotective about the boat? I don't know.
Yeah, I know. No, that's it for tunnels. We can do Preston Brook tomorrow, I'm not going through it
Preston
today.
Brook's the longest one of the three as well.
Yeah.
Whether that's kinky or not. We just had 2 kinky moments. So
kinky tunnels.
hopefully we don't want a kinky one when we go through Preston Brook. We might have to. We're kinkied out today.
But I think Preston Brook is timed as well, so you can only start to go through at certain times on the hour. So you're not going to meet anybody. But yeah,
You can only be kinky for so much of your day, can't you? You know what I mean, don't you?
Oh.
Anyway, onwards.
Right. I feel some chocolate coming now.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Anyway,
Actually, I feel an ice cream.
Well, Magnum. Nowhere to get one of those here now.
Okay, let's just say I'll sniff one out.
Maybe we need to get some and stick them in the freezer, and you can eat a Magnum as we go through, and suddenly it can be your calming moment. Keep you calm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. That's it. That's the plan.
Okay.
Tunnels and Magnums.
Right. I need
That's your happy place. And a coffee. So you can drink a coffee and eat your ice cream whilst we go through a tunnel and just sit sobbing in the corner.
Yeah, but I'm going to be no use to you. I'm probably no use anyway, am I?
Yeah, you're always used to me.
I saw that. I was just saying to Michael how picturesque this part of the what are we on? Trent and Mersey. I keep forgetting which canal we're on. Yeah, how picturesque this part of the Trent and Mersey is. It's really pretty, but you've got to go through some yeah, horrible tunnels to get to here. And yeah, it's incredible. I'm still fancying multiple locks rather than tunnels, I have to say. Well, imagine if you'd got. What were you doing? What was he doing? Was he being cheeky? I think he was. He was. Like now I'm looking, I can see that he's being cheeky. Yeah. So definitely, I would rather do the Cane Hill flight 10 times than do a tunnel.
I told you. Look, Magnum, coffee, in the corner. Forget about it.
I've just had some chocolate with my cup
I'll
of tea.
get us through it.
Okay.
Chocolate level got your levels back to normal.
It has actually, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, surprisingly.
Excellent.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe a glass of red wine later will just finish it off.
Well, they're all good for you, aren't they? They're obviously solutions to tunnels, these things.
Yeah.
Coffee,
I should
chocolate.
say in the canal book.
Yeah. You will need a whole bar of chocolate all to yourself once you've been through this tunnel.
Nah, not that bad.
Okay.
Onwards.
All right. I'll ignore the fact we scraped the boat.
Yeah, it's a love kiss.
Okay.
It's fine. With my painting skills, you won't even know it's yours to sit.
Exactly. Yeah, no, it's fine. Yeah.
Tiny little thing.
It's fine.
Anyway, there you go.
We've just spotted something we've never ever seen on a canal, ever. Look at that. I don't know where on earth that's going to go because it can only go at 4 miles an hour. So that engine is completely wasted. Ah.
60 horsepower.
This is tricky. Got a bend, bridge, double moored boat. Let's hope there's nothing coming. You're clear.
Rafted boats.
Yeah, I know.
Excellent.
Sleep while veins run dry, I'm empty. I can't see, I'm blinded by this concrete. And I should call you, see what you've been up to. I've been wondering, how far did you go in 7 months? I bet you're happy and don't think that much about me. Here I am alone.
You know when you suddenly see somewhere and you remember certain parts of your journey, and this section here just reminds me of the Kennet and Avon with all the beautiful reeds after Cane Hill, I think. Yeah, just really lots of moored boats. It's obviously where a lot of long-term moorers, liveaboards moor their boats. It's quite pretty, it's very tranquil, and there's lots and lots of nature. Definitely Kennet and Avon springs out when I look at this.
Look at the size of the feet on those coots. Massive. Huge things. Can you see on that back one? Whoa. Oh. No, no, no. Stop it. Stop. Oh. Oh, maybe it's a sign of affection. Yeah, maybe that's a sign of affection. Oh, doesn't look very affectionate, does it?
I just started to go for a walk. I didn't get very far. Done some blackberry picking. Look what's behind me. Look at that there. See, look, right above my head. That is a proper storm brewing. Hear the wind. Good grief. We're going to get absolutely drowned in a minute. Storm's passed. This is the same day as half an hour ago. Look at that.
Well, who'd have thunked it? We're just moored here, and it turns out that this very spot that we've moored at, and we had no idea, is the epicentre of the Dutton Breach. What's the Dutton Breach, you might say? Well, in September 2012, after a period of such heavy rainfall, the bank of the canal here breached, broke, and millions of tons of water flooded over this way into the valley below. So thousands of tons of mud and rocks all cascaded down this bank here, and millions of litres of water just flooded into the valley below, flooding the farmland that was here. The devastation here was enormous. Lots of news crews and everything arrived at the scene and filmed this. It was going to take ages to repair. You can see the damage here that was caused by the breach. How deep it is, you can see how deep the canal was and how deep it is with the breach. There's huge holes in the base of the canal where all the water just flooded out of this canal. There were so many fish at risk at that time as well. They came and tried to rescue the fish that were just left in the small valley of water in the bottom of the canal. It cost the Canal and River Trust over £2 million to put this right here. They had to repair all the bank here. You can see it's now concrete. And obviously it wasn't at the time, so they've had to repair this whole section to repair the breach. £2 million, that's money that could have been spent elsewhere in the canal. I think they had to get resources, financial resources from other parts of their network to load it all into here, because the breach was such an enormous issue that needed dealing with. So this happened during the winter, of course, when there wouldn't be many boats about, fortunately, which is why there was heavy rainfall at that time. However, in spring, of course, that's when all the boats come out and everybody starts to use the canals, and so they wanted to get the repairs done in time for the cruising season to start. However, there was a race against time. They couldn't actually get, because it's in the middle of nowhere basically, they couldn't get the work vehicles here. They had to come across the fields to get here. So you can imagine the enormity of this project to try and sort all this mess out. It took almost 8 months to repair this. They had to bring tons and tons of stone in to repair the base of the canal and restructure it, and all this concrete side they had to set in place to make sure that it was all strengthened here, so that when they got rain again in the future, heavy rain wouldn't cause this breach. It's obviously been a weak point in the canal. It happens, breaches happen, and community can be devastated by these things. So one of the other things that happened was there's a mile marker right at the back of our boat, which I'll show you now. So you can see this mile marker here, Shardlow 90 miles and Prestonbrook 2 miles, which tells you the location of where the breach was. This got washed away, and they were lucky to find it. It got washed away into the field below. It was found, it's been restored, painted and reset, so that's a really great thing. And for the Canal and River Trust to put a marker down on the wall now to say what the epicentre of this breach was, it's a great thing. It's quite a nice mooring now. We're the only ones here, but yeah, it's just by chance we dropped on it. We'd heard of the Dutton Breach, but it was not something we were looking for, the site, and we just we turned up here and Here it is, but it's a fantastic story. There's some great further learning. If you want to have a look online at this, just type in the Dutton Breach. You'll see loads and loads of examples from film footage and the Canal and River Trust works that they did. But it was such a mammoth thing that took obviously over £2 million and almost 8 months to repair. So well done, Canal and River Trust, but very, very difficult thing to sort out. And yeah, it feels kind of weird to be here, but there you go. Part of history for you. Morning! Another bright and breezy day. No, got my fowlies on. Anyway, we're on our way we're just short of Preston Brook Tunnel. And at Preston Brook there's a Chandler's and I need to change the gearbox oil. So I'm just going to check to see if I've got some oil. I have, I think. The gearbox oil on the Canal Line engine I've got is easier taken out the top of the gearbox. So I'm going to have to get a sump pump to get into the gearbox. I'll get one of them from the Chandler's, check we've got some oil, and I'll do that later on. But before that, we've got another tunnel. Kinky tunnels, not much fun.
So this is the Dutton stop lock, which would have been so in operation when the Dutton Breach happened, because it would have stopped water being taken from the Bridgewater Canal and being sucked down and through the breach into the fields. Yeah. So this would have been an invaluable lock in that problem that was in 2012. So we've just moored up, ready for the tunnel. There, scary thing, and we know this has definitely got a kink in it. There's raspberries, so I'm going raspberry picking. Look how many I've already got. Wild raspberries.
So we're just at the entrance to the Preston Brook Tunnel, and there's one of the most vicious dogs I've ever seen in the garden of that house there. Might make an appearance again.
I ran this way yesterday and I ran all the way up to the tunnel, and I was absolutely petrified. It was going to jump in and come and get me, and it was looking like it was about to jump in.
Just did this morning to me. Let's see if it comes again, but it does look like it wants to get across at you, and if it did, goodness knows what would happen. Yeah, wild raspberries. Yeah,
quite small, but they're beautiful.
Yeah, they're so sweet. Now she's after the good stuff, the stuff that nobody else can get, unless they've got a stool like us. Just have to hope the Alsatians don't come and rip us to pieces whilst we're doing it.
Right, dismount needed. What do you want? Triple Salco, double somersault.
It's not easy to say.
No. I just don't want to catch my jacket on anything.
No.
Whoa.
Well done.
Look at those. That's amazing, isn't it?
Not bad.
They're really delicate because they're very small, but
quite a lot of raspberries, and
yeah,
we've got some cream on board. So
here we have, yeah.
Excellent.
We've made it, but it's absolutely chucking it down. So we've just come out the tunnel and it's absolutely throwing it down. Are you okay out there? At least I'm inside where it's dry. Yeah, full fowlies on the whole lot. Anyway, I'm going to get a coffee prepared, and we're going to stop at the chandlery. That bit goes down to Runcorn, and we're going this way towards Manchester. We're still here, looking rather drowned. soon.
Inauspicious start to the Bridgewater Canal.
It's not the best.
Border Reiver.
It's not the best day for it though. New canal though, we were just saying, brand new canal, not been on it yet.
Not the most picturesque so far, but
it'll only get better. We're about to do a limbo dance. Watch what happens. Oh shit. Oh. Look. It's gone up. I was going to do my best limbo. Not a bad little mooring. Our first mooring on the Bridgewater. I think this is the village of Moor. Slightly drowned, but that's it now. Morning. We're on the move again. So we had a very quiet night last night, our first night on the Bridgewater. I went and had a bit of a stroll around this morning. Some very nice houses. We're on the move and we're going to get to, we're going to try to get to the town of Lymm today, and we'll moor up there. Lymm's supposed to be very, very pretty, so we might get to have a bit of a wander around. Off we go. Three legs of man there.
So the Bridgewater Canal. It's our first time on this canal. It was completed in the late 1700s. It was commissioned by the Earl of Bridgewater, hence it gets its name. It was used to transport coal from Worsley to Manchester, and then it was extended in periods, different extensions around Lee and to Runcorn. It's privately owned, so you have to let the Bridgewater Canal know that you're coming on here, and you get 7 days if you're a CRT licence holder, which we are, which we've done. So yeah, we're going to enjoy our 7 days. We're just on our way to Lymm at the moment. Yeah, the canal was commissioned by the 3rd Duke of Bridgewater, hence its name. The canal is described as one of the first great achievements of the canal age. One of the engineers was James Brindley, who was obviously quite famous for engineering other canals around the country. So yeah, it's an interesting canal. You can see the area it's in, the industrial area of the north, and one of the industrial areas of the north is used as a major transport route to connect obviously the Trent and Mersey and eventually the Manchester Ship Canal. And a lot of leisure boaters use the Bridgewater canals. It's part of the Cheshire Ring, so you can, those of you that don't know the canal system, hire boats and often leisure boaters will do rings where you can do a circular out and back to the same place, and a lot of these rings are connected, and this is part of the Cheshire Ring, which takes you through Chester and all over the place. So yeah, quite wide as you can see compared to other canals. Picturesque, very nice, not what we expected, so it's really nice, yeah. And Lymm that we're going to today is supposed to be a lovely place, so yeah, really looking forward to it.
It's really wide, is this canal? A lot wider than we're used to. One thing there is lots of moored boats. So I'm just taking it nice and easy past them all. Look what's chasing us down. We've got a big black cloud following us. I think we're going to outrun it though. Maybe not. We're only doing 4K. I'll get Michael to put his foot down. That's about to go under. That is definitely about to go under. Boat here that's just about to go under, we think. Oh, it is sat on the bottom, yeah. Ah. Oh, it's full of water. Yeah, it's full of water. Bless.
On off with my coat.
That cloud caught us,
Yeah,
didn't it? The horrible black cloud got us.
About a mile and a half to go to Lim. It started to rain. But I've got all the gear, just no idea.
Meanwhile, I've taken sanctuary inside and just having a look at the map and see where's really good to moor in Lim. Yeah, so this is where we're heading, Lim. We're just coming through here and we're going to moor up, I think, right in the centre of Lim. That would be fantastic. Facilities, we've been told there's nice moorings and there's actually water as well, which is excellent. So we're just going under the M6 motorway. I think this is the canal that should be called the Heron Canal, never mind the Bridgewater Canal.
Bit of a long day today, mixed weather.
I have to say,
Been a bit bad.
I'm getting a bit hungry. I'm looking forward to dinner this evening. You've got a surprise for me.
I have, yeah. After a long day's cruising, you're always ready for a little glass of wine and a nice dinner. Looks like it's my turn to cook tonight, so
perfect.
Yeah, be a good idea to get out of the rain, get stuck into cooking something really nice. Exactly. Get some brownie points. You never know when you might need them.
Okay, enough said. So, I've got my brolly and I'm just about to go for a wander around Lim. Yeah, we moored up in Lim. It's sort of not stopped raining, so I'm going to take you for a wander and we'll have a look around. Expect to see me under my brolly at some point. Yeah, it's quite a nice mooring actually. All these are visitor moorings. There's no facilities here, but there's everything in the town that you need. I've already found a coffee shop. It's called Capello's, which is brilliant. I've been in there twice already. So yeah, anyway, you know me and coffee. And look, the brolly's now up. Do you think I should try Lim Dingle? No. It says some steep steps. Not certain it's ideal weather in the rain, but we can give it a go. Yeah, we can try. It's that way. Come on, Lim Dingle, here we come. There's some very cute cottages by the little pond. At least it's sheltered from the rain. If anybody knows what a dingle is, will you let me know? Is it like a wooded area or a footpath? No idea. Didn't know Lim had got a dingle. There is, however, a very impressive tree. Look at that great trunk structure. Yep, that goes down on the list of impressive trees. Look at those tree roots. Aren't they incredible? Crawling down the side of a hill. Right, those are the steep steps. I was expecting a more mountainous climb. Oh, there's a dam as well. Oh, look. So, Lim Dam was built in 1824 and it was constructed in order to take the turnpike road which ran from Warrington to Stockport across a pool and a stream. And it was the only way that they could do that. The turnpike road, which was an early 19th century construction from Warrington to Stockport, became the current A56 that we know between those two towns. Guess what I've just spotted? Some stocks. I should put Michael in there if he's been naughty. Or more to the point, he'll probably put me in there if I've been naughty. I'm back and it's still raining. Okay, this is a joke now. It's still raining. Get a grip. Weather. Get a grip. Not your traditional traditional method of filling up with water.
Oh, do some welly now, quick.
Welly, welly. Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bloody hell. We'd have never done that without those two
No, we
guys.
wouldn't. I couldn't do
It's
that.
impossible. As soon as you undid one rope, the boat was just across the other side of the canal.
When we wake,
Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps us.
side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun.